flam exercise to show you guys. Something that uses 3 different types of figures, or 3 different ideas with flams, but I think it's a kind of a nice warm-up that I came up with. I didn't invent it, but I combined these 3 things, and I think they work well together. It's basically something that uses a patio flam, followed up by a flam tap, followed up by alternating flams. So the patio flam, getting comfortable with playing the patio flam, which is basically a flam pattern where you start with a flam, or at least I typically start with it right on the downbeat. So that would be a right-handed flam, followed up by 2 16th notes, followed up by another flam, which leads into the next downbeat, which of course takes you to another flam. So it goes. So one completion or one group of 16th notes is basically going to sound like this. Okay, that's your patio flam. The next, and one way to get comfortable with that, because at first the kind of hand-to-hand thing can seem a little complicated and a little difficult. It's just to kind of take 16th notes where you're using kind of a higher sticking and a lower sticking, just to get comfortable with the feel before you actually start throwing in the flams themselves. So what I did, or what I like to do, and I still do it from time to time, is I'll alternate between just accented 16th note patterns that follow the same pattern, and then go into the patio flam, sort of like. That gives you a little bit of a roadmap of what you're getting into with the patio flam. So that's the first part. The second part is the flam tap, which is just basically only you keep alternating it. So a flam and a tap. So just right-handed flam, say, and keep the stick down for the next beat, which is the tap. So that's part 2 of the exercise. Part 3, you just get into straight ahead alternating flams. So right-handed flam, left-handed flam, and then just bring it a little further up to speed at 16th notes for what, to match whatever tempo you're doing with the first 2 parts. So that's your alternating flams. Putting it all together, you get something like this. I'll play it at a nice medium tempo. You can always take things up to the stratosphere as far as speed, wherever you want to go with it. But just to kind of get accustomed to it and get used to the combinations and the hand-to-hand feel of it, start out at a nice medium tempo. Again, whatever speed you want to build that up to. The thing that's kind of nice about an exercise like this when you're getting into the hand-to-hand flams is it becomes useful not just on a snare, where you're doing a lot of flam patterns all the time, but also it's good for set playing if you're playing on, toms, breaking up your flam with a tom, either right-handed, left-handed, breaking it up on cymbals, cowbell, beach ball, anything. So the idea is, just to get comfortable with flams and really getting used to using them, because then once you start breaking them up on the kit, you can get a lot of nice ideas out of it that way as well. So basically that's it. It's those 3 things, putting those together. I like it as a warm-up. I have some other flam ideas I work on from time to time, maybe like odd time things like for that. That actually kind of used a paradiddle in there as well. So hopefully gives you some ideas, gives you something to work on, and yeah, I think that's about it for this time.